Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sports from the Chair channel. Sixers Nation. Listen, there's no way of sugarcoating this, no way of getting around it. This has truly been the season from hell. From a failed cap space plan from Daryl Morey to failed Big Three idea to injuries galore, everything that could go wrong did go wrong for this team this year. It just has not been fun. Now we are left with a tanking race, which kind of funny to see that after all this, Sixers are still good at tanking. It's ridiculous. Probably the one thing we're actually good at. But regardless, we have had almost no news considering Joel Embiid's injury with his knee. Since he's been shut down, we've heard almost nothing. Nearly radio silence. That is until recently, yesterday, as of April 2nd. Shams reported that the Sixers and Joel Embiid have finally decided on what the next move is moving forward for his knee, and that will be him getting arthroscopic surgery on his left knee. Now, the report says that he will be reevaluated in 6 weeks. This is a bit concerning to me because of the fact that before it was reported that when they were consulting with all these doctors, physicians, all the whole nine, a lot of the crazy scenario surgeries that Joel could have gotten, a lot of them resulted in him having recovery time of at least a year. So I've been looking around trying to figure out, hey, what is going on with this surgery? What does this mean? And as far as I can tell, this is the surgery that I guess he should have gotten last year when he had his knee injury, when Jonathan Kuminga fell on his knee. Instead, they opted for one that would have allowed him to come back quicker, hence why he was back for the New York Knicks series. Looking out on YouTube, I found, of course, good old Dr. Brian Suterer, probably the most go-to channel when it comes to any injury, NBA or NFL related. Shout out to him. As far as I could tell from what he explained, this is a surgery that, of course, is not going to be a magic pill, get him back to his 100% self. From reports from Shams as well as the video I saw from Dr. Brian, it seems like this surgery will be one to basically help Joel just alleviate some of the pain, hopefully alleviate some of the swelling, and just help him to be a bit more comfortable on the court. So he'll be able to play, he'll be able to hopefully have a bit more mobility in his knees, but let's be honest, this sucks to say, but I think we are pretty much going to have to say goodbye to dominant Joel Embiid. I don't see him coming back and being the force that he was during his MVP season or even last year before he got injured in that Warriors game. Hopefully with this surgery happening now and him not having having to come back for a playoff series or ramping up soon after the play in the Olympics, he will have pretty much the entire, more than just a regular off season to get healthy, recover, and hopefully he'll be back next season. And he'll be ready to play for next season, most likely. How he will look on the court, who knows? But this is still a scenario where, okay, if not for nothing, you can at least still have a Joel Embiid who will be effective. He may not be able to take over games like he used to or be the main go-to guy, but he could be able to still be effective in other ways. Grabbing attention, setting screens. Maybe he focuses more on defense a little bit and lets PG and Maxey focus on the offense a bit more. The thing with this, though, that really upsets me is that it's saddening to see how Joel it's sad to see where his career is going at this point. From a guy who came into the league already injured, had a lot of questions, had a lot of doubts, came in, finally played, and he played amazing. He should have won Rookie of the Year his official rookie season. And since then, he has steadily gotten better. He's turned into a dominant force at the center position. And his legacy could have been even better if not for the injuries. And not for nothing, it shouldn't go unsaid the fact that Joel Embiid, no matter how people feel about him, as a Sixers fan, we've seen this man deal with every injury under the sun and still come back and try to give his all for this team. Whether it was meniscus surgeries, whether it was broken orbital bones in his face. Last year, basically playing basketball on one knee against the Knicks and with Bell's palsy, and he still dropped 50 points in the elimination game. For me personally, I've been to a lot of Sixers games. I'm from Philly. I was in attendance when Joel Embiid dropped that 70-point game against the Spurs. It was one of the best moments of my life, best sports memories I will ever have. And it's saddening to see that a guy like that, a guy who did that, is pretty much coming down to the tail end of his career. And seeing how much different his career could have been if he had just a little bit more injury luck. If he would have just been able to be a little more healthy. And it's unfortunate because like Joel Embiid was the main force that made Sixers basketball fun again. Everyone remembers, for those who grew up in the Iverson era, it was amazing. It was stellar. It was fantastic. Unfortunately, I was born slightly after the Iverson era, after that 2001 finals. And after Iverson, we had some decent moments, you know, with the Drew Holiday, Iguodala days. Like it was okay. It was decent, but obviously we weren't really going too far. So then the process happens and you're just looking for something to have faith in this team moving forward. And we finally found it in Joel. We thought we had something to add on with Ben, but didn't work out that way. But Joel came in and he made Sixers basketball fun again. People were lining up, coming to the Wells Fargo Center just to see what this 7-foot giant would do on the court. Because in the 7-footer's body, he moved like he was a 6'6" guard. It was insane. It's really sad to see. Even though we have guys to fall back on, you know, we have Tyrese, we have a bunch of young guys, Jared McCain, Justin Edwards, Adem Bono, like Quentin Grimes. We have guys who we can rely on and fall back on, so that when the Joel Embiid era is over, we're not going through a process 2.0. We have guys we can lean on, we have guys we can fall back on, and hopefully if this upcoming draft shakes out the way we hope, we will have a cornerstone piece that we can put next to Maxey and keep it pushing for the next at least almost 10 seasons. But still, it's unfortunate to see that this is where we're at with Joel, and pretty much seeing that the Joel Embiid era is coming to an end. Hopefully he comes back healthy next year. Hopefully he comes back fine. Hopefully next season, even though he might not be 100% dominant MVP Joel again, at least like 70% of Joel, 75%, like I'll be happy with that. Hopefully, like, as long as he's still able to be effective, that'll be nice to see. That'll be cool to see. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not going to, you know, have any expectations one way or another. I'm glad he's getting surgery now. I'm glad they're finally making the move. Get well, big fella. Rest up, recover, and we'll see how it looks next season. But for right now, we'll focus on the tank, focus on trying to hopefully get the #1 overall pick, and we'll see where it goes from there. But for right now, it's good to see that the Sixers are finally deciding on a move with Joel and figuring out what we're going to do with him moving forward. That is all from me. A shorter video than what most expected, but you know, it's not too much good to speak on for the Sixers, but I will try to find some things to talk about. Since we are pretty much eliminated from the playoffs, I think I'm going to transition to the NBA draft fairly early and basically make videos on the upcoming prospects, make videos on who I think will work well for the Sixers roster, depending on if we get that first round pick back or if we only have that second round pick. Thank you guys for tuning in for another video. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the support this channel has been getting. It's a slow burn, but you know, we're still getting there. And I'm hoping for the best for you all. I know times are a little hard out here, just outside of sports in general, but I'm praying for you guys, hoping for the best for all of you. Thank you again for tuning into the channel. If you like the videos, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And yeah, have a blessed one. See you guys.